Welcome to the morning show. Hey, to the morning show, baby. Listen to me, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Today is, Thursday. Another day that God has blessed us to wake up to see. You see the title of the day, the reason why black men date outside their race. What's your take? Now, I had some videos that came across that, I had to people want me to see what it is, what it do. So that's what I'm going to do. I want to get your take on the response on a lot of these videos and see how you truly feel about it. Is it false? Is it true? What do you think? But for everybody that's on the highways and the byways, jumping into the flyways, please be safe in your destination. Like my Uncle Ray P always say, people, there's somebody somewhere out there who loves you, and it's your family, people. Let's talk about why this topic is hitting the waves, why it makes sense. Is it black men's responsibility to actually date black women, to protect them? Are you able to protect them the way they are designed without actually putting yourself less than them? Is that possible in today's time? Because we know relationships today, people not really believing in them, especially in our culture, you see. So I want to attack it and get your take on it. Maybe you can bring a different perspective, help one, teach one to understand another one. So one day you can actually be with that one. We got to make it make sense, people. You hear me? Welcome to the morning show, people. Now listen, this video here is going viral. And this is something I want to talk about, but I found it to be very interesting, because we have certain people feel some type of way about black men dating outside of their race, but yet they're not really wanted in their own race. Now, that's not everyone, but we're speaking about the majority because that's the reason why we're here today. We got to make it all make sense, people. So let me show you what we're talking about. Give me your take. Let's go.
These black college athletes that are getting drafted having white women. What's going on? I am going to tell you, as someone that is friends with a lot of D1 football players and D1 basketball players, I'm going to tell you because they have told me. Whoa. Before I get into this, I want to make it clear I'm only into black women. I'm just telling you what they have told me. My man said, bro, how many white women have you seen do the Meg Thee Stallion challenge? And he said, excluding the ones that think they're 2 shades away from being Lotto. I said, probably only 1. He said, okay. Y'all, 5 of my guys that play on Division I Power 5 football teams, and they start.
Behavior. He's already saying that right now.
They were like, Goody, you know the type of NIL deals we got. One of my men said, bro, I was messing with this black girl. She heard about the deal I got and started to request money.
I heard that before too, instantly. Now listen to me, people. We got to make it make sense, whether you like it or not. This is coming from the football players on the team who's about to get drafted. You see?
Apple Pays and Cash Apps for her hair and nails. I said, oh shit. My other friends were saying, bro, I would try to take her out to Chipotle, Kava, this and that. She would get mad talking about, why are we going to steakhouses? You're good for it. I said, oh shit. They were like, bro, the white women, they're down to go and get a cup of coffee, go and get some fucking ice cream. My friends were like, bro, the white women we're dating, they pay for a lot of our stuff. I said, what do you mean? They said, bro, they know that we're making some money, but while we're at practice or we're at camp, they got us our favorite Kava bowl, double chicken, right? Waiting for them to come out of practice. My friends were telling me these girls are getting their group projects done, getting their essays done, online tests done on time. I said, wait, what? I said, bro, what about maintenance? There's no way y'all are not paying for her hair, nails, bags, her lifestyle. He said, bro, first of all, my girl will get her own Starbucks and even get me one. But if I want to be nice, I'll get her something, from Starbucks. And they were like, hair and nails. They don't even care about the nails.
It's not mandatory. So that instantly puts the black man in a position to feel appreciated versus being tolerated. You see, you got to understand what it is and not what you want it to be, right? This is our reality, but it gets a little deeper because it's not just white better than black better than white. No. Situation changed the outcome, and our upbringing, you see, dictates this moving forward. You see? And I'll break that down to you a little bit more. Let's go.
Really, and if they do it themselves. Sometimes I pitch in and I was like, all right, what about hair? They're like, bro, she's white. She just brushes it. We're flat irons it. She wants to be special. Jesus Christ, you're saving a lot of money. One of my men said this. He just got drafted. He said, bro, I was dating a black girl. Now I'm dating a white girl. I'm about to marry her. He said the difference between the black girl and the white girl, the biggest difference.
Here we go. Pay attention.
Is the white girl knows when to shut the fuck up. I said, God damn. Listen, this is what they told me. Do with the information as you please. If it takes me 10 to 15 years to find a black woman that's compatible with me, that's what I'm going to do. But this is what they told me. So stop being surprised.
Now listen to me, people. I wanted you to see that. Because that's the take from the young men who actually about to walk into, fame, money, and a lot of other things. That's pro athletes. We have a lot of debates going on why they choose white women or other women outside of their race. Spanish is up there too. You see, Latino women, and now all women at this point, because black men feels like they're not wanted in their own race, and how they get treated is as if they're just a dollar to make something off of. Can you imagine the culture shock dating outside of your race when everything ain't based on you and the person actually do things for you and you're like, yo, this is like, what's up with this? What's the catch? I mean, is this a prank? Who gonna jump out? No, it's really a reality. So now they start to look at themselves and appreciate who they are versus being downplayed for the things that you don't do or you should do just to be with an individual. You see, this reality now is going to hurt black women going forward. You see, because now you got to understand that, listen to me, the competition, baby, it's a little thick. You see, the competition is thick. But what you mean the competition? See, the behavior and the things that feeling like you're a target for $1, that eliminates a black man from wanting to even give you a chance because they're speaking their truth. They're not creating this ideal. This is what they're dealing with black women. So instead they look like they're getting hustled. But with a white woman, she'll go get some coffee and then go buy the coffee. She's not calling him a broke man or anything of a bum nature because she's paying for him. She don't look at, she dating down. She's putting time in. Reciprocity. You see? He doing, you doing, we doing for each other. Are you willing to do that to keep a black man? And I'm telling you now, that's not really real, because I know that to be true, right? So black men feel like when you're dealing with black women, it's strictly designed to get used. And that's why these young boys who gonna hit the lottery ticket is dating white women, marrying white women, saying I do. Why? Because they're doing everything that they want to show them that they appreciate them. Bang! I done told you everything, baby. Let's go. Now listen, people. What we got here? Appreciated, not tolerated. You see? Situations changes outcomes. How you process, how you do. And there's a lot of things that go on, and I will break that down too. That's in our black culture that actually creates this to be this way. And I'll show you in a minute. You see, it's a culture shock for a lot of black men going on these campuses. See, school open you up to a whole nother university. You see, mentally and physically, right? Understanding what it is and not what was pushed on you because you didn't have no options. Baby, black women reality. You see, competition is in the air and it's going to be here and it ain't going nowhere. Reciprocity. Or you're looking to do the same thing for him as he do for you. Or if he asks you to do something, okay, well, maybe, okay, cool. Not willing, not feeling like you're forced or you have to do it just to show the person that you maybe care. But what you mean, my group of people? If I'm with the dude, I care. No, that's not true. Because see, they're feeling like the alternative motive is when they get this deal, right? Because instantly when they know they're getting money, you asking for money, cash out. Come on, man, make this shit make sense. You see, black men feel used. And so when they go over to other cultures, they don't feel that way. Black women gonna have it hard now for bad behavior. Listen to me, people.
Yo, what's up, man? Welcome to Fresh Air Podcast.
You talking to me?
Yes, you.
Yes, sir. Lynn, I'm on the show. What's up, man? I watch this all the time.
All right, man. What's your question? Because I want to make sure we get as many people through as possible.
Oh yeah, my bad. It's a little counter argument. It's I know as black men, you know what I'm saying, going for black women is a little hard because of the view we have on them, but I think it's kind of our responsibility too to invest in our own, community. And I think we can all agree that like black women with a backbone of black men for a long time. So what's the problem with putting our time and energy back into them if they
Now listen to me, people. I always talk about talking points. You see, and we have a lot of that going on. But I love the way this man is about to break this down. And I'm going to add a little something to this so you can see it from a different perspective also. All right, let's go.
aren't in the state, you know what I'm saying, we want them to be currently.
Remember, man, we're not advocating black men not date black women. We're not advocating that. But I'll turn it to Tommy to go ahead and tackle this one. Go ahead, Tommy.
Black people, we're the kings of saying a whole lot of something and saying nothing.
And I say this all the time. Trying to say the right thing, right? And you don't get the right results. This is what we do. We're accustomed to this now. We're programmed to speak one way, but do something totally different. And most of the time, that is part of the problem. That is the problem. You see? If black women are so special, why black men are not in relationships with them? Forget the marriage part. Just being in a relationship with them. Having an understanding with them. You see? We say one thing, do another. All these baby mamas. Black women overwhelmingly choose black men. Why? Because, let's just be honest. Other races just not checking. You understand? But that's not the point. What I'm saying is we got these baby mamas. 2, 3, 4 kids come from a black man. You see? We're helping this situation become a worse one. But yet we'll see black women are queens, black women are this. Well, when we going to just actually own that too? Because we playing our part in this situation, saying all the right shit, but doing all the right shit at the same time. We got to make this shit make sense, people. Let's go.
Black women are the backbone. Sir, can you explain what that is? Could you tell us what this is? Because it's like somebody told you that, and generations we keep repeating the same words. Black women are strong. They don't tell you what it means. They just say that it's that thing. And therefore, everybody's supposed to look at it as it's a great thing because, well, they're strong. Explain these things. Say what they mean. And I hate all these black men who are talking about they pro-black and they love black women.
Here we go.
Let me tell you one of the most pro-black and things you can do if you say you really love black women. How about you marry one? Take care of one. Do that. Until you do that, all you are is somebody online trying to get some pussy.
There it is. A whole bunch of nothing. You see? Cognitive dissonance. You understand? Saying one thing, doing and doing something totally different. Saying that they're beautiful, but yet you the problem. You're part of the problem. Or keeping them in the same mindset. You see? Helping them stay stagnant. Because we steady lying to ourselves to try to attract the next woman to knock her up and put her back in the situational curse. Boy, welcome to the morning show, people. We gonna talk. Let's go.
Seriously, have you loved black women? You'd have at least one you're protecting, one you're taking care of, one you've put on a pedestal and showed the world how this queen should live.
And that don't happen on Tinder. That don't happen on these leading dates. Bumble. That don't happen on all this shit. You see, this is how I know it's a bunch of lies in our culture. We've been lying to ourselves and we understand why we're not ahead. No, we don't. No, I do. Because till they both make sense and they line up, you're talking to hear yourself and you're not looking for change. You see? And that's where the deep pain comes from. Saying that they're gods and saying they're this, they're the backbone, they're the heart, this and that and that, but yet you're not holding them down. And yet they're not holding us down, but yet we can't get along. I'm just trying to understand where is that positive, where that's coming from. You see? We have to change our mindset to change our outcome. We got to attack the things that's really a problem. And then we are playing our part in that deal. You see? Let's keep it 100, people. Let's go.
That makes no sense. You're going to talk about being a good dad, but you abandon all your kids. Nobody would listen to
You know what
him.
I'm saying?
He's got kids, he ain't taking care of them, but he
You don't stand on business.
keep talking about how he loved the kids. You think he was crazy? Well, the majority of black men who talk about how they love black women, they're not with black women.
See what I'm talking about?
They're the main one who's hurt one, got one pregnant, raped one,
See?
done all kind of crap
See?
to them. But they get online and say it because they're trying to line up their next piece of ass.
And what women do, they buy into the sound bites, the shit that sounds good, but not the things that's really good for them. You see, it's a bunch of lies we are telling out here. You see, but it gets better. Let's go, my people. I found this next video to be very interesting. You see, and it comes from the mentality of our upbringing. I really just think that black women was destined to fail. Well, what do you mean, Marguerite? But why would you say such a thing like that? Well, hold your breath. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you right now. Many black women was taught that school and education, you know, should be your number one priority because families push fear. Got it. Your mom didn't want that situation that she went through for you. She wanted better for you. But is it really better to tell her to go through life without a man? And don't focus on no boy. Don't worry about this. Just get your education. Because see, the part that they miss along the journey is that these young ladies and the culture and the life that we live, along with the music, we're sexualized people, which means that it's retarded, idiotic to believe that your daughter will not be out here with men. And now they don't want to disappoint their parents. So now they're sneaking with men. You see? See, the mentality have crossed us from birth. That's why I say black women was destined to fail. Your mama pushed a certain type of agenda. You followed it. But you still got to be a woman. You still have needs. You still have things that you need to experience about your own body. And now that situation is hurting you now. But what you mean, Uncle Red Pill? What I'm trying to tell you is, if I'm telling my daughter that school and everything else is a priority, right? And don't worry about no boys, then I'm telling my daughter that you shouldn't be interested in men. And that's the biggest lie in America. Well, I'm not really saying yes, you are. So now they don't want to disappoint you. So now they're sneaking around with men, but they're going to be with them. That instantly put them into a situation of getting a turn and not processing life for a turn. Make it make sense, people. You see, I want you to comprehend what I'm talking about to you right now. You see, I need you to get it. It's like black women were set up to fail no matter what. And whether the parents knew that or not, probably didn't. They was pushing that shit out of fear. But now the results is in, and the mentality is cemented in a lot of women. And now it's hard to come out of that, which means they're going to have it hard going forward. And that's why we got women, you know, number one in America, dying alone. It starts young. It's the mentality, and we didn't understand why, but now we should. And I hope this shit makes sense to you today. You see? Let's go.
Who's that I know who date outside their race, outside of our black race, were looked at as lames in the black community.
Now, they nerds, they geeks, they're this and that, but those same women today are looking for those guys because those nerds, those geeks, and all that other stuff creates stability. And that's what these women need today because now they didn't waited so long in society. They played their field in their 20s. And now their reality, now in their 30s, they're looking for the geek. He's not dumb. He's not a goof no more. He's not boring, lame. He's not none of that no more. Why? Because what you thought that looked good wasn't really good for you. This is what I always try to tell women. Take a moment to actually make it make sense in your life for your future. Stop living just for the moment. Because the moment today, just the moment today, will definitely fail you for tomorrow. Why? Because your mindset ain't preparing just in case there is a tomorrow. I'll have something ready for that. But see, the just in case today comes with multiple kids by multiple baby daddies because of the structure of your mentality to your parents puts fear, right? Have you to actually think about school over family. And now you want family in a later age. And now that have problem and complication also along with the doctor. You see, now you run instantly into cougar stratosphere, 35 and up. And now you're speaking as if you're still in your 20s, single by yourself, but you're really in your 30s and your 40s with multiple kids, by multiple baby daddies. Do you get me drift? So to me personally, when I start looking at this behavior and this understanding, I think black women was destined to fail because they took on what was dished out. And fear is something that a lot of women, that's their number one thing. That's what they run from. That's why they believe in hypergamy. Because the next guy who got the most money, in your mind, it tells you that you will have security. But it's not really true. Because there's other things that man gonna want from you that you haven't been bred to do. You see? So that's why they don't marry you. They keep you in a place, even though they may give you money. But that journey ends. There's no true commitment. Boy, y'all need to listen to what I'm trying to tell you, people. This is the bad deal. It's a lot deeper than just dating outside of your race, right? The mentality and the behavior and the beliefs now that's been instilled in you is haunting you today. Let's go.
Community.
Yeah.
It wasn't a situation where it's like, okay, now I grew up aspiring to be with a white woman. What the story is typically I grew up, I was in my black neighborhood, I didn't fit in, the women didn't want me, I would shoot my shot and they would curve me over and over and over again. But then when I went to talk to this white girl, she was vibing with me and we just picked it up and then went from there. So now I date white women now. But it's not a situation where it's like, oh no, I was bred, I was taught since young, and oh no, I want to be the white woman. Black woman, hell no, I'm good. Now, when the same dude, that nerd who was lame in the neighborhood, you wasn't given no opportunity. Hell no, I don't want to go on no date. Just get away from me. The same dude 15 years later is a multimillionaire. And now he's dating a white woman and you looking at him like, oh, it's so loud.
You see? Make it make sense, people. You see? That's not a lie. It's like we was always fought. We believed in the things that really didn't create value. We were sold this ideology to believe in things that's really valueless in some type of way. The world made us believe that it was valuable. You see? A nerd is a smart person. What's wrong with a person that's smart? He don't fit the right image. You see? But today, you want that same guy because that guy fits the right image all alone. Knowing where he's going, focusing on his journey, his future, the long haul. You still was in the mindset of how it looks today. So he didn't get that shot. You downplayed him and embarrassed him along that journey. But now he's there and you is down here. Now you expect that same guy that you put down to look at you as a prize. And then you come with a package deal. You see, 77% of women, let's keep it 100, multiple baby daddies out of wedlock. Ain't no relationship. But now you're destined to get a relationship because life is hard and kids cost money. So now he's not a nerd. He's not a geek. He's your answer to your damn problems. We got to make it make sense, people. Let's go. And I found this to be interesting too. Give me your take, people. What we got here, people? Women buy into the sound bites, right? Certain men know exactly what to say, right? And this come from, listen to me, this come from you not really understanding and growing with life, missing stages in your life. You see, there's learning curves and falls that you need to fall to get up, to prepare you to understand. And you can see from a distance when a person is really rocking with you or they really here to take from you or use you. You can't really identify it because you lock your mind in on school. All right. And the world was still going around. You got to be able to balance them Because once you get that degree and out of school, right, you still missed out on the whole world, that learning curve. And then you think that a man gonna just drop in your life with the mentality of you actually just being independent. In some kind of way, your mind gonna transform to be dependent for him. It's a lie we tell ourselves. This is why I'm telling you that I believe black women were set up to fail when it comes to relationships. Even if it go all the way back to the Welfare Act, forcing black men out the home, making them black women look at black men less than. You see? So we lost respect from our own women. And now they're telling us that we ain't shit when it was systematically designed to make you say the same thing. And now your dad and your husband is Uncle Sam. But yet I pay the price. Well, how you pay the price? Because if I ain't in the house, I'm out in the street. And in the street ain't no good, because you know back then, in those times, shit wasn't right for black people. So he's definitely going to go to jail, because there's nothing good out there when you got to stay out there. Listen, it was designed to create division from black women to black men. And I want you to understand that it's deeper than just the colorism of skin. It's the mentality of a black man feeling used from a woman that he actually will lay down his life for and protect. Then a woman who will show you all this, but deep down inside, would those other women in other cultures do the same? You see? And I'm not saying they won't. I'm just asking that question. You see? We got to transfer that energy in a better way to get together than to actually tear each other down. That's the biggest problem. But let's go. Tell me what you think about this video.
I feel like black men have a little bit more sensitivity when it comes to white women, even though
And I do believe that too, because they never got that energy from a white woman, or never seen a white woman act in such a manner like he's seen other black women act with black men. You see, you also don't see this type of behavior all the time. I ain't saying sometime, but the majority of the time. You see? So, of course, if this is always dressed up to look good, then there's no need for me to treat it bad. But if this is dressed up to be bad, then it's like, why am I trying to find the good in it? Listen to me, people. Okay? It's how the world is operating and how it's making us look to certain people. Selling a narrative, but yet we're still doing bad, dumb shit. So you make this shit become true in a lot of ways. It's not that other races and cultures don't do it, but you're doing it more. What is the good in you to make that person want to actually look around your bad and deal with the good parts of you? Is majority of you good to work with, to create a family? Is your mindset designed to be in a relationship or be by yourself? You see, that's the question you got to ask yourself. And this is true. I do agree. Let's start it over.
black men have a little bit more sensitivity when it comes to white women, even though white women can be very much more vicious than a black woman can.
But you don't see that like that. You see, that's not the majority.
Like, y'all ain't been around enough white women. Y'all ain't been around enough white people to understand that white women can be way more vicious towards you because of their privilege.
But the difference is this here, though. Those black men ain't dating those white women. See, this the part you need to connect. They for whoever they gonna be for. But these ball players and these dudes with money, they're not taking the woman who talking ignorant and all that shit. That ain't going like that. Right? That's the reason why they run away from the black culture. I'm telling you this for a fact. I got friends that's ball players. You see? I need you to process that. So yeah, they could be doing this and doing that, but you got to talk about the good that they do that kind of dominates that. You see? If they both was on an even playing field, let's say they both doing bad, have an attitude. Black women got an attitude, white women got an attitude. Now we got to start looking at the good between the two. And this is when this shit do a seesaw. So when you're talking about what they could do and how certain women are. Black men ain't marrying them. So they're still in the same boat with you. So I'm not knocking what you're saying, baby. But the reality is they're out here for everybody else too. That's not the type of woman that black men is marrying and get in relationships with to protect. You see, one and the same.
Because of their color, they can pretend you did something to them and it's over for you. You under the goddamn jail or you shot by the police. But you worried about what a black woman is saying to you over a white woman?
Yeah, but that's another fear tactic too. And I'm not saying that don't happen, you see. But also you got to remember this too. As a black woman, when you're looking at these interracial relationships, that a lot of black white women to a certain level, and you can disagree or not, or just other cultures, right? They are cultural based. What do you mean, Red Pill? That people want them to actually marry inside of their culture. So which means that they step outside of that, there's consequences. So those women from other cultures that's dating black men and not dating inside of their race, they're putting a lot on the line because their family, for the most part, cast them out. They call them different type of lovers. You know what I'm talking about. So they push them out the wheel. What are you making a sacrifice for? To be with a black man. See, it's a lot deeper. You see? You got to really understand what I'm saying. You see? What are you making a sacrifice for to be with him? Because other cultures that's being with a black man, for the most part, they're making sacrifices. There's losses that come with that decision. You see? You got to understand why it makes sense to a black man. You see? This is why black men is dating outside of their race. What's your take? You see? Let's go. I want you to get it and process it because it's not a game. And I want to understand it's not no bashing, right? Right? Because I believe you were set up for failure. I get it now, right? But to keep the behavior alive is what the problems with me and this behavior in society with black women today still stand. Because it's not getting them nowhere, but yet we still do this. And that means to me that you're not looking for real change. So you're going to always have this argument because black men are starting to go everywhere and other races and cultures of women are willing to put things on the line, not to be with the man in their culture. You got a bigger problem. You see? They're calling for black men to come be with them because we've been sexualized and idolized to a certain level. And it didn't work out the way that it was designed to make us always look less than. You see? It didn't change. People, welcome to the morning show. Let's go, people.
And I continue to see coming up again and again is why.
This gonna bring a little bit understanding too. I want you to listen to what she's saying. You see, systemically designed, right? Listen to me. Where is the good in you? You can't tell me that other races do bad too. Overwhelmingly, how are you as a person? If you look to as a black woman, this is not no downplay. I need you to process this. Look to your left and look to your right when you're at a table full of women, black women. How many of those people are in relationships? Be honest with yourself. Because this is the people that you're spending time with who's not valuing a man. But when you say that, my Uncle Ray Pill, maybe they're just looking. Yeah, you're looking for a man, but you being with one secretly. So you're not really single. You see, this is the behavior that your mama forced you into. I'm telling you this right now. When they told you to go to school, secretly you was being with a man. You didn't want your parents to know that you were with a guy because you know that they was telling you that those guys, that black guy, that boy, he gonna mess your life up. You see, this is something a lot deeper than what it seems on the surface. Let's go.
Black women aren't married, why they can't get married, why they can't seem to find good men. It's just like an ongoing conversation. And truthfully, I think one of the reasons is quite simple. They don't want to. It is not a cultural value.
They don't want to younger. But when they get older, They want it all. And they want to sell it to you for a high value. And that'll never work. That's why a lot of women is going to be dying alone. In 2030, 45% of women going to be single and childless. The number's coming. So this is not helping you become a better you. It's actually helping you stay in a place that you will never come out of until you're ready to change. And change take time. If you've been doing this for 20, 30 years, it ain't going to change tomorrow. No matter if you're talking about, I'm done. You're done out of anger because it didn't work out your way. But are you done because really you understand that this hill was never good for me? Not because you failed at it. There's a difference. Hashtag change takes time, people. And it's a factor. Let's go.
In Black American culture, at least. And we have to be honest about this. How many of us grew up with mothers or aunts or uncles, aunties, grandmothers, whatever, women in our family or close friends, older women we looked up to, who specifically encouraged us to focus on our career, to get college, to get our money up. Facts. And then once that is settled, to maybe think about
See, relationships in the Black culture was always last. It was never first priority. Not always in today's time. Back then, it was first. It was frowned upon to be the way these women are today. You see? So let me make that clear. Marriage was prominent. It was the shit back then. But today, marriage is a piece of shit today. Well, why you say the Uncle Red Pill, 28% is married. 29%, somewhere along that. Very low number. You see? 80% file for divorce in Black homes. 90% Black women with education. These numbers don't lie. See, the proof is in, so now we understand what it is. My question is what we do about it. We'll talk about that in a minute, but let's let her finish. I believe that this was already designed for Black women to fail. And for them to know that this is not helping them and to keep the behavior up, that's where my problem comes with it at. Take a look around to your left and your right. How many aunts and sisters you have that's even in relationships or married? It's not many. Let's go.
Relationships. I know so many women who heard that. And so I think one major reason Black women aren't married is because they don't want to be married. It's not a cultural value.
Not a cultural value. And that's a lie. That's a lie right there. That is a lie. It was always culture for Black people back in the day. Right? We had 77% of Black homes together. That's a lot. But that's not cultural today because social media, right, have sold us in the light to be strictly designed for sex. Sism. Movies, shows, outside, clubs. Everywhere you go, we sexualize people. So that's already a challenge within itself. Because you feel that you got to get the next hottest, sexiest thing to show the next woman and show a man what it is. You're not really understanding that that is revealing everything about you and selling you in a different type of way for a man who's looking for a type of woman, and that will be the one that he don't want. Make it make sense. You see? Let's go.
And then by the time they do start thinking about getting married, they're generally a little bit older. They may have a baby or two. And quite frankly, it just becomes a little harder.
Of course. Because now we got a package deal with a woman who still got that same mindset, but yet she didn't win in that deal. So now she's trying to conform to something new. The nerd, the geek, the bum, the goof, the one you crack jokes about. Now that's the one you're searching for. You see, we put a lot of value in shit that's valueless. And now we're going to pay the consequences because the world sold us this narrative. And we bought in. Number one consumers in the world is women. You see? So I can sell you anything you buy in, but they don't care that you're buying in. That's a profitable thing. But I'm talking about cultural. Is it designed for you to win? And I'm telling you right now that it's this here to me today. I understand why Black women gonna struggle with Black men. But they better change their mindset because it's a bad deal for them going forward. I don't care When I look at Instagram, listen to me, we're going to get there. Let's finish this video, baby. Hey, welcome to the morning show. People, stay tuned.
To navigate the dating and mating market as you get older and as you have kids. Not to say you can't find love, you absolutely can, but at that point you might have to sacrifice some of your standards or modify your standards.
Sacrifice some of your standards. You see that mentality? See, that's why them little boys, them college D1 students, them young men, let me see that, correct that shit now. Them young men with a whole future ahead of them ain't dating black women. You heard it? Let me remind it for you. I need you to process this shit.
Navigate the dating and mating market as you get older and as you have kids. Not to say you can't find love, you absolutely can, but at that point you might have to sacrifice some of your standards or modify your standards.
Sacrifice some of your standards and modify some of your standards. Let me put that into my terminology. Settle. You see? It's the mentality of black women, and she speaks that way too. You see? But that black woman, that white girl go to the counter and get that coffee. Treat him out. Buy him shit. Reciprocity. She don't never make him feel like she's settling for him. And black women whole mindset is to actually frame that way when it comes to black men. And then you ask yourself why they're not dating you. So now we believe you want to use us. And then when you're dealing with us, we feel like you're settling. I don't even understand how you expect to even win with one. You see, this is a lot deeper, people, than what's on the surface. Let's go.
And not very many women are willing to do that. And so this is, I think, where the tension comes in when you have the naturally hypergamous nature of women that starts to kick in as they get older. And they may want men of a particular status or want men that makes a particular amount of money. But then maybe those men aren't available, or maybe those men want somebody who are younger. And then it just frankly gets more complicated. And so again, it's not to say you can't find love as you get older, you absolutely can, but there has to be the reality of this come to Jesus moment of black women largely are.
But you really ain't gonna find it like that. And I want to kill hope here a little bit. I mean, everything's possible, but I like to talk about in the probability realm. What's the percentage of this shit really happening for you? When your whole mindset was designed to be a certain type of way. It's not a light switch that's going to just click off and on and you're going to just change. That's not real. You see? It's the frustration that you thought that you knew what you was going to do. And you're going to bring that energy to a black man. The one that you always thought less of. And all of a sudden you thinking higher of. Now let's make this shit make sense. It don't really work that way, people. It's the lies we tell ourselves from bad behavior. It ain't real. I like to talk about the probability versus the possibility. Women want to deal with possibilities, but probabilities, listen to me, women want to deal with possibilities, but probabilities requires you to do more and change your mindset to up that percentage to make the shit that you're speaking right now to me become true. Or else, just like your boy said on Fresh and Fit, it's a lot of talking points, sound bites. They ain't getting you nowhere. You're still standing in the same place saying the same shit. And black men is actually going out, being with other women, other races, other cultures. You see? You got the first in the narrative that was indoctrinated into your mindset about black men through systemic racism. Let's go, people. It's real.
Not married because it's not a cultural value. We're not taught when we are young by our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunts, the women in our family, that it is a value. We aren't taught how to be wives. It's not something that is passed down to us. We are taught.
It was taught at one time. It was
To be strong and independent and to get our own money, and then maybe see men as a necessity when we
maybe see men. See? That's some shit you really don't need. Maybe I do it, maybe I don't. I don't know. Time will tell. I don't know. You got that? You got that? Listen to him. She's telling you the truth. But there was a time where we was in the home together. Before this, stupidity traveled through everywhere. They had to market and strategize this situation for $1. And what's the best way to do it? To use a woman, black women, these #1 consumers in America, women, period, to do it. It was guaranteed to deliver the message the same way they gave it. They just had to dress it up and put some makeup on it, and they buy in. And that's why we're here today. Listen to me, people. Let's go.
Get older when we have had our fun, partially just as a backup plan, right?
See?
But not as like, hey, this is a fundamental aspect of femininity, learning how to raise a family, learning how to get along with a man. That is not taught to us as Black American women. And so if that's something that we want to change, then we absolutely can, but we have to be honest about a narrative that has been going on for decades, that we don't need these men. We can do bad all by ourselves. And unfortunately, as I always say, many of us actually are doing bad by ourselves.
Doing bad by yourself. Now, let me take you somewhere. Do you think Spanish women and the Spanish culture talk that way? Do you think that? Do you think she feel that way about Papi? Papi. You think that? You think she feel like, he's not a priority? He's the last thing on the list to worry about. Maybe this, maybe that. It's impossible. We all know they stay like 10 in one home. Just saying. The core structure is family. See? That's how the world got us. Having us thinking and believing that individual mentality will get us to be greater than the next person when you need the next person to become greater as a race. Welcome to the morning show, people. Now, you think Asian people think that way? 10 of them stay in the same house too. They own every store. Nail shop. Yep. 10 cars in the driveway. Big old beautiful house. We missed it, people. The world played us. They did. Listen to me, people. People, it's not funny. It's serious right now. And our culture don't be struggling because of it. But in these times, the mighty dollar is damn near 50% of what it really is. $1 a day is really 50 cents. You see? The new middle class is damn near 100,000. Used to be 50 grand, 45. But the people that's really not going to struggle is going to be the ones who stick together. And that's far from the truth of what Black people like to do. See, we got to change our mindset to change our outcome. But don't you worry. It won't wait for you because the new help is already in town. You see the migrants. It's the real deal, people. Let's go.
Atlanta, and something came to my attention.
Now, I want you to pay attention to this because I want this mentality to end. Well, I'm not worrying about that. I ain't worrying about this. I ain't worrying about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get me a man. I'm going to get that. Just now, you got one that you're sleeping around with secretly, the same way you was in college. Just the mentality that you created, that your parents pushed on you. This is why you the way you are today. They never push marriage. They never push family. They never push the things that was created value for the long haul. They push the turn indirectly. Because if I tell my daughter I need her to focus on this and that, and I'm going to be pissed off if she mess with a boy, then what I tell her? She can't actually come out and be with one because you'll look down on her. This is why I believe Black women were set up to fail, destined to be. Because their parents in today's time, not way back then, the new millennium, the new way of life. They push money. You know the thing about money? It comes and goes. But family is for here to stay. And that's what all the other cultures kept culturally structured inside of the U.S. You got that? We got places in the world that we call Chinatown. You know what it is. Back in Michigan. Every city, those people stick together while we tear each other down. This translates over to us being individualized people. and wonder why people is leaving us behind. But what you mean leaving us behind, Uncle Ray? Well, we last on the totem pole for everything when it comes to money, economics, and situation like that. Yeah, the Spanish people, yeah, they here. Oh, we last for the population too. I think I was like 13.4, but now the Spanish community is like 19%. What? The new help is here to replace your ass from the mentality of you not wanting to work with a man and the situation that was forced on you. Now you got to make a decision, or else your life is going to be full of pain. Women want to live with possibilities. And I'm trying to tell you, forget the possibilities, baby. I need you to start going over to probabilities. What are you doing to raise that percentage to make that shit happen, to be possible, right? Black women are not taught to be wives. Basically, they're taught to be, I'm only giving it to you real. Baby, welcome to the morning show. Hashtag, you are doing bad by yourself. So stop making it seem like you're going to do bad with a man. It'll be better off than where you at today. You got that? Yeah. This reality is here. Hashtag, those who stick together will prosper. And those who don't will fail. Open your eyes, people. It's going down like full flat tires. Hashtag, money comes and goes, right? But family will always be here. We value the things that disappears, that don't create value. And we shit on shit that creates value and wonder why we can't have anything that's valuable. It's idiotic, people. Hashtag, blacks are last in everything. I'm feeling some type of way, people. Let's go.
Restaurant in Atlanta, and something came to my attention. I walked
Hold on.
in a restaurant in Atlanta, and something came to my attention. I walked into the restaurant. I looked around. I saw several tables with groups of black women at those tables. But
Several tables. Well, groups of black women sitting at the tables. Listen, people. Let's go.
for every white woman I saw sitting at a table, there was a black man sitting across from her that she was dating.
Now, why is that, people? Why is that? How these no good black men dating these white women? I just want to know how the hell they get these women? Are these white women just stupid? Or why they dating these losers? Men who ain't got their shit together, these bum ass men. We don't need a man. Why all these women sitting at the table with these men? And you got a group of black women all together sitting at the table. I got your answer. Because single women help women stay single, especially in the black culture. Because when change ain't part of the program, insult is also there. Let me see this again. When change ain't part of the program, then insult is there. Well, what do you mean, Mount Red Pill? I'm going to insult everything around me because I don't want change. I want everybody around me to conform to who I am. And who I am haven't worked for me yet. But yet, you think a black man should be with you. I want you to understand the damn if you do and the damn if you don't as a black man. You see the struggle? Who wants to be with someone who don't respect them just as a person and feel that they got to always live up to something just to be with you? Nobody wants that. So it's easy to get along with people who respect you as a person, who wants to be there. People say relationships are hard. No, they're not. No, they're not. It's the ideology of the mindset of how black women was raised. You start seeing those shits come out in relationships for people who say they changed. But yet they're indoctrinated in their mind, so they really don't change. So this is why a lot of men don't believe black women change. Just like the Joe Smith situation. Yes, I'm going to say it. He took her from over there, brought her here. What she say? You knew who I was. Well, who I was is an indication that I ain't never gonna change. So change ain't on the table. Do you see the behavior and how this situation comes back around because of our actions, keeping it alive? We really got to change it and stop telling people why you look at us a certain type of way when you're actually doing certain type of things. And then when people call you on it, you want to say how other races doing the same type of shit. But when I say how other races are doing good shit, and can you line up with that? Now you're going to tell me that you just hate black women. No, you just hate the truth. And since it's not working with your ideology, insult, shame, typical toxic tactics is what you use. I want you to understand how you then frame this situation to always be right, but yet you're getting all the wrong results. Now I'm asking you, what you gonna do to change the outcome? You see? Let's go.
Now, me, I don't have an issue with interracial relationships. I really don't. That's not even my problem. My main issue was that the black women that were there didn't have any man at their table.
None. Because other races of men ain't checking for black women like that. We know that. And said, I don't want you to get the numbers mixed up either. And I'm going to explain that to you in a minute. Let's go.
Not a black one, not a white one, not a Puerto Rican, not none of that. They're sitting there with each other. So I can only imagine what kind of man-bashing experience that was.
See? Now, why she know that? Because she been at the table and she's seen it play out. But I don't want you getting screwed up. That it's really not that many interracial relationships like that. We need to talk about this shit right now. Well, what you mean, Margaret? Yeah, I know what they publicize. But black men still today overwhelmingly choose black women over all. Did you hear that? It's black women first. And then a white woman. And then Latino. You see? I need you to get that. But what you see on TV and you see on social media is them parading them around as if that's part of our culture. It's somewhere around 18%, maybe 29%. Is it getting traction? Absolutely. Is the behavior changing? No. So traction must come. People, listen to what I'm telling you. They sell the narrative like that to keep us against each other. Black men today still choose black women overwhelmingly than any other race. But now black men understand how other people value them versus put them down. Now you're in trouble. Because why deal with anybody who don't see you as a person that they should respect? Just period. Why should you deal with anybody who make you feel like you're less than them in the relationship? Why should you deal with anybody who got an attitude all the time and indirectly say they change? Why should you do that? See, when options on the table, there's problems also. Because once I get a taste of that reality, I have some decisions I got to make. And college did that for a lot of young black men in many ways. Because now you get to see people for who they are versus how the fear tactics was. Like the woman said, what you mean this and that? What? Let's talk about the divorce rate and how black men losing a lot of stuff from it. Who doing that? The white women ain't divorcing at that rate. No, they're not. Spanish ain't divorcing at that rate. No, they're not. Got that? Well, black men are cheating. They cheating too. But they were about family over everything. You were about yourself. So they keep the family still together. See, back then, black men cheated also. Everybody cheating. But how we look at cheating and understand what it is different. Well, what you mean, Margaret Pierce? See, they still keeping their family together. You're 10 years apart and putting yourself instantly into poverty. You see, 70% of women, black women who file for divorce from their husband, they end in poverty. In other words, it's worse than what they were before they was even married. Because now you got other things in life that you have accustomed to and not understanding that you probably wasn't the one who created it. So now that world gonna fall because you make yourself believe it's all about you. but it was really about y'all. You see? I need you to process it, people. So that table full of women, they was talking about good things in America. You think? When you got black men at tables in this restaurant with white women or Spanish women. Think about it, people. I need you to understand that. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. We don't need black men. Okay, cool. Get older, get kids, shit don't work out. We need black men. Maybe, maybe not when you're successful. But when shit don't work out, you know, where are the good black men at? Where the men at? We just something that's on the side. Do you see how this sounds? Do you see what this is? Do you see how this, do you understand why we feel a certain type of way? The reason why black men date outside their race, because they want to be respected. And we're not getting that from our own women. Boy, welcome to the morning show, people. You see? Hashtag. Be with who respects you as a person. I don't care what color of their skin are. I'm not going to tell somebody to be in a situation with somebody who don't respect them. And we got a lot of that going on. Even them young men in college, football players who going off to the NFL, who got all these scouts in situations going on. They're dating white women and marry them through college. They believe that situation. Why? Because that white woman then showed them that they're there for them. Well, how you figure that she's just using them and you ain't using him? Take a look at the data. Black men get used by more black women than white women. Why? Because I know the numbers. Only 18 to 20% of that is interracial, so we already know that that ain't real. So 80%, 70-something%, overwhelmingly, black men date black women. So this crime, this mentality that black men fear, it don't come from white women. It come from black women. I'm giving you this real shit this morning. You see? The typical toxic tactics to make everything seem like you're correct, but your results in life is all wrong. Incorrect. You see? Hashtag. How will you change the outcome? Well, let me answer that. Change your mindset. Because if you don't, it's here for you to be exactly where you at 10 years later saying the same dumb shit. And then now, how you think that can work out for you? We're getting with a man who actually already know that you're already this way. It ain't going to be good. You see? Hashtag, no one checking for you like that. The woman just told you. In the restaurant, she walked in. Every table had black women, had multiple black women at the table. But just all women. And then at the table with white women, there was black men. See, other women are checking for the man that you insulting every day. Putting down, belittling. The one that you're settling for. They don't really feel that way. Can't be. Because you know how that go. They're more culture based. They get called all kind of names for dating a black man. You're not going to get called nothing, but yet you insult one. We get the name calling from you. They get name called from their people, from actually dating us. And now why should we not date them? What are you willing to sacrifice to be with a black man? You can't even sacrifice respect. You don't need us. Listen, this is not every black woman. But I understand that it's the majority of this mentality because that makes us believe like this woman said. We wasn't taught to actually like, marriage. No, that's a lie. We was taught to stick together. But somewhere along the line, we got bougie, right? Following this feminist movement, right? To divide us up. And now those white women still dating those white men. And you don't hear them talking about how trash they are. So now they got an open playing field for both parties. They got you to believe in the narrative that they're actually living with their white man, their white husband, their king. When you land up here insulting yours every time, but yet you think he's supposed to be checking for you. That's why that restaurant looked it so like. Let's be real, people. Let's go, people. You hear me? Baby. Black men choose black women first, overwhelmingly. But the numbers are growing because a person can only get insulted about who they are for so long before they actually check out. And it's happening today. The rest of them are filled with interracial people. Black man, white woman. They're here to take that situation. So keep calling them names. Spanish women in line too. Asian women definitely there too. Overseas, they're coming. This is not a good deal for you. However you want to fix it, it's not good. So we got to change our mentality if you want a man to look at you a certain type of way. But see, those women are taking the men off the market before they actually get back in it. They're getting them out of college. They're buying them coffee, doing their homework, doing their schoolwork, doing this. I mean, I know dudes who got black women in college. I mean, you know what they're saying. But then why I got to do your work? Dang, this and that. Man, I don't want to do that. And I got my own stuff. See, the sacrifice. Are you willing to make one? Are you willing to sacrifice something to say, I got something, versus just looking at the finished product and talking about why it looks like that and how he is a sellout? No, he ain't. He's a man that checked into some reality and you still living in a false ass narrative. You got that? We got to make this shit make sense, people. Welcome to the morning show, baby. Hey, you see, right? Our culture keeps their families. You see, other cultures keep their families together across the board. We're going to hurt the most right now. You heard it from Monica Red Pill first. You see? Hashtag divorce black women end up in poverty. That's 70-something% of the time. So you're not doing better. You heard the woman say that also in the video. Talking about, oh, well, you're doing bad by yourself anyway. So what a lie you keep telling yourself. You see? You're going viral on TikTok and videos for insulting black men, talking about how we look. Look at all these dinner dates and shit. That's a lot of black women doing that. Strawberry cheesecake, all this bullshit. Selling the narrative, making us look like we ain't shit. And then you turn back around talking about he is the shit. Make your mind up. You see, black women need to start combating black women who act this type of way. Because if you don't, for those who single out here who really wants to be with a black man, they're going to make it harder for your ass to land one. Because now everybody starts to look at this situation the way certain women are selling it. And it ain't certain, it's the majority, because it's the mentality, because social media pushed this shit too. Division is conquering. That's how they conquer a dollar and your understanding to keep the dollar coming. People, my Uncle Red Pill keeping it real with you right now. You see, people don't want to talk about that truth. Just for all my people, make sure y'all like the button, hit the live, BB, share the live and the notification alert. Come on now, this is what we're doing. Make it make sense. Tell your people about my Uncle Red Pill. We keeping it 100, BB. Gotta make it make sense. You see? Hashtag, what are you willing to sacrifice? That's a question I think black women need to start asking themselves. Or else the reason why black men date outside their race is going to forever be here. And you're not in competition because you think it's all about you, but you are in competition because it's about everybody. Every individual person that you see in society today is in competition for something. And if they're not, then why are you here? To be great for yourself, to be great for your mate, to be great on your job, to be great towards your purpose. I need you to understand it. We all in competition to be the best version of ourselves. And if not, then that's another reason why a man shouldn't date you. Because you don't look at yourself as something that is a, priority. You're just the next woman. You got to take your mindset out the turn and put it into turn. I'll show it. You're going to be stuck in the same mindset, people. Got to make it make sense. The feminists divided us. It did. But white women are married overwhelmingly, almost doubled than black women. And the white women started this situation of the feminist movement. You see? And it's no knock on them because that's their strategy. Whatever that was, whatever they were fighting for their rights. But how we took it and ran with it was totally different. It was designed for actually equal wages. Now everything wants to be equality. So when we go to the dinner and I tell you pay half of this damn bill, you got a problem. But that white girl in college, she paid a whole bill. I learned that from a partner man mine. You know what? I was really shocked one day. Let me share something with y'all. I got a friend of mine. I don't want to say he don't date black women. They're just his least favorite. Listen to me. I want to keep it real with you right now. I got introduced to this shit on another level through him. We had a place in New Orleans, right? He date these white girls. They're cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Date who you like who you like. That's what that is. I don't care about none of that shit. But my point I'm making to you right now is this here. What I seen was totally like, wow. We went to the Bayou Beer Garden. And then I meet this woman for the first time. Very nice, very polite. She knew who I was. My boy talks about me. So she was ready to ask me questions and situations like that about my grade. So, I'm down with this shit. But let me get to the story. I said, damn, E, what you want to drink? She said, hold up. I got it. I want to treat y'all. First time meeting you, let me treat y'all. Okay, cool. I looked at it, yeah, son, I don't really like that shit. You're like, nah, son, chill out. Cool, man. You know what I'm saying? People, everybody ain't like that. So what you mean? I'm just saying, I don't feel comfortable. He like, bro, chill out. Wow, listen to me. This is what it is. You're so used to always doing shit for people, but people don't do nothing for you. That's why I don't date certain type of. I say, all right, okay, cool. Good, right? She go to the bar. She said, what you want, Crown? She come back with 2 drinks. 2 for him, 2 for me. And her drink. I was like, all right, that was a little, all right, cool. This is how this shit works. All right. Well, I know how you feel. I know who he is. Talk to him all the time. But it was prominent. And it was shocking. And I felt uncomfortable behind somebody actually doing something for me. It was weird. Okay? They didn't stop there. We sitting, we chilling. I said, well, then another time. You come now. Same situation. Now she got some friends at the bar. So I'm like, okay, wait, man, hold on. Well, we gonna split this and that. Oh, no. We got it. They say we got it. I said, well, yo, that bill $400. I said, we got it. Just an answer. Well, and let me tell you something. I gotta pay for the tip. I'm telling you right now, we got to pay the tip. My boy said, okay, cool. We gonna do it. Yes, we are. I don't really like this shit. But I'm still trying to wrap my mind around. And it became my understanding, my reality. That other women operate differently than black women. You see? I'm so accustomed to be getting taken from than given to. And it made me feel like I was out of pocket. Real shit, man. True story. On everything, bro. So then now, that was my introduction. So now I look at it different. Because I seen it and I experienced it. And now I know why them young boys in college is messing with those white girls. They show their gratitude and appreciation by doing for them, wanting to be with them. Anyone that don't want to be with you, right, they're going to act a certain type of way. But a person that wants to be with you, they're going to do every goddamn thing to let you know that they're there for you, not to put you down. Mess me totally up. But I'm here to tell a story. So I know what them young boys dealing with because that became my reality right quick. They paid the whole bill. And was like, gonna go to the next spot. And I'm like, if we go to the next spot, I'm paying. Oh, I ain't going. Ain't that crazy? That I felt the need, like I felt like I wasn't right because somebody was treating me a certain type of way. Man, they got us fucked up as black men. And I'm just keeping it real with you, bro. So I understand why this is happening from my own experience through somebody else. Listen to my people. I just want to make it make sense. And you got to make your mind up. This is my final thoughts. I just want to make this make sense. And you got to make your mind up. If you want this situation to change, black women, for the best of you, you're going to have to tear down your whole mind. And if that's not something you're willing to do, then just don't complain about the outcome. Because other women from other cultures is standing in line for the man that you're downplaying, the one you're settling for. And I don't feel no type of way about it. It's something I learned about that situation that I just told you about, that story. When a person is where they're supposed to be, the things in life will always line up for them. And if you're with someone, I don't care if they're black, green, purple, white, whatever, and they treat you like you're somebody and respect your mind and not here to try to challenge it, I suggest you hold on tight to that. Don't let the outside world dictate the outcome, because it don't care about family. It just care about dollar. They sell the narrative so you can buy in to get more money from you. This is my truth. This is the truth. Family should always be priority, because money comes and goes, and family will always be here to stay. You see? Divide and conquer. Turn versus turn. Stop being happy being a turn. And put yourself in a situation to be a better person, so a man can look at you as a turn woman. Or else misery gonna always be in your future. Because this is the only way you survive and win, is to follow other cultures who's winning. They stick together in the home, on the job. They're not divided. So when you're out here going viral, talking all this dumb shit to black men, I'm telling you right now, you're pushing yourself so far away for where you need to be. And it's hurting other women who wants to be in relationships like this. And it's actually gassing the narrative that the social media is always pushing. Let me say this again. Only 18 to 20% of black men date white women. The number ain't that high. But I need you to understand, it's getting higher, because the behavior is getting more aggressive and more disrespectful. So that's going to push that needle up and not down. Now, I'm asking you today, I want you to start understanding hashtag from my own experience. If you don't change your mindset, people, my black ladies, and one day I hope you become a queen, because you can't be a queen without a king. So you got to start looking at your man as such versus a burden. Listen to my people. This is my Uncle Red Pill final thoughts, people. Listen to me right here. Holla at your peeps. Keep on sending them videos, them letters, them posts. We can talk about it. I'll be back. Why? Because the work ain't done. You heard this conversation. We got to fight for the situation to make it make sense. And the day that we stop that, the day we lost us totally. And I believe at this moment, my people, in society, we done lost who we are. Why are you here? What are you looking to do? What are you standing on? You don't know? Well, that's the question you should ask yourself every day you wake up to change the outcome of misery. Because family is the answer, and the rest of the shit is a lie. Thank everybody for coming out, people. Like my Uncle Red Pill always say, baby, you know what I said. What he say, Coco? What he say, my Uncle Red Pill? Welcome to the morning show. Hey, to the morning show, baby. You better